Now today we'll speak about the relations of the liver. First, peritoneal relations, which includes the ligaments. First is the falciform ligament. The falciform ligament connects the liver to the anterior abdominal wall, and further it divides into the right and left coronary ligaments. The right coronary ligament has a superior border, superior layer, and an inferior layer. Both of these layers join to form the right triangular ligament of liver, and here it also forms the left triangular ligament. Also, the ligamentum venosum is also a ligament, and the ligamentum teres. It is the remnant of the umbilical vein, and this is the remnant of the ductus venosus. Apart from this, the areas of the liver which are not covered by peritoneum include the bare area of liver, which lies in between the superior and inferior area of the coronary ligament, and in between the groove for the inferior vena cava. Second, the fossa for the gallbladder is also not covered with peritoneum. The fossa for the ligamentum teres or interlobular fossa is also not covered by peritoneum. The porta hepatis is surrounded by the peritoneum, and the groove for inferior vena cava also does not present the peritoneum. So this is the anterior surface. Relations of anterior surface are the xiphoid process, costal margin, diaphragm, and anterior abdominal wall. The superior surface is related to the diaphragm and lungs, and also the heart. Here this is the cardiac impression, the triangular impression, which is concave in nature. The right lateral surface is divided into upper 1/3, middle 1/3, and lower 1/3. The upper 1/3 is related to diaphragm, pleura, and the lungs. The middle 1/3 is related to the costodiaphragmatic recess and the diaphragm. The lower 1/3 is related only to diaphragm. Next, posterior surface. The posterior surface visceral relations include the suprarenal gland, especially the bare area, is related to the suprarenal gland and the right kidney. The bare area is related to the right suprarenal gland. Apart from that, the posterior relations are the groove for inferior vena cava and the esophagus. The relations of the inferior surface include from the left to the right. First, the stomach, the pylorus of the stomach, the first part of duodenum, the second part of duodenum, the colic impression, which is due to the hepatic flexure of the colon, and the fossa of the gallbladder. Next, let us speak about the caudate lobe. The caudate lobe, it is bounded in between. On the left side, it is the relation is the ligamentum venosum. Right side, groove for the inferior vena cava, and inferiorly there is the porta hepatis. Two processes extend from the caudate lobe. One is the caudate process of the caudate lobe and the papillary process. Next, speaking about the quadrate lobe. Quadrate lobe is bounded by, on the left it is bounded by the ligamentum teres, on the right by the fossa of the gallbladder. Inferiorly it continues with the inferior border, and superiorly it is related to the porta hepatis. Next, speaking about the porta hepatis, the contents which are passing through the porta hepatis include: first, two contents enter through the porta hepatis into the liver. Three contents enter into the liver through the porta hepatis. Those include the hepatic artery, the portal vein, and the hepatic plexus of nerves. And one content exits from the porta hepatis, that is the hepatic duct. Also, just on the inferior surface of the left lobe of the liver, below the caudate lobe, there is an elevation which is called as tuber omental. The structures in the porta hepatis are arranged as, from before backwards, it is arranged as the hepatic artery. From before backwards, first is the hepatic duct, then hepatic artery, and then the porta.